my name's Jake from Chase the Wild NZ, and this is my friend Matt Easton. Today we're going up into the many public land areas of New Zealand to chase a red stag. It's late February here, which means the antlers will have a little bit of velvet still on them. Maybe the large ones might have stripped, but we're expecting to see the stags with a little bit of velvet on. Organised chaos. We're just starting our mountain hunt and trying to look for an early stag. Now this area is high and barren and gets buffeted by the wind, but that does mean that it's easy to find the animals. The water seeps out of the mountains in places and causes new growth, which attracts them to it. If you're prepared to work hard and get up early, you'll find something decent. However, you're also against the helicopter colours here, because there's no bush around, the deer have nowhere to hide, and the government here allows culling for food, pet food, and also restaurants. Let's hope that a few got past them. We make our way up to about 1900 metres elevation, and from here you can see everything. A lot of time is spent behind the binoculars just seeing if you can find where the deer are hanging out. It wasn't long before we picked up a few groups. Sadly, nothing but hinds. The stags have got to be around here somewhere. It's just a matter of putting in the Ks, checking each catchment, each riverbed, and just hoping that you'll find them. Oh, I love cresting over to a next catchment. Look at this. So good. Day one, we've got some serious altitude and it might look barren and lifeless, but there's a lot of things going on. All these seepages where the water comes out of the cliffs just attracts the deer. Well, we've seen quite a few already, so it's just a matter of finding the one, I guess. Anyway, wish us luck. Hey Matty, how you feeling? How are those legs, mate? Excellent. Soon we needed to find a camp, and as you can see, there's no flat spots, there's no grass around, and water was at a premium. We just had to keep going, and just before we lost our last light, we came across a seepage that wasn't flat, but at least we could pitch our tents and not get blown away. Well guys, no deer today. Saw probably, I don't know, maybe 20, yeah, about 20 deer, no big stags, and we just found some water, so we're going to sleep right next to it, and tomorrow we just get a glass and that's yeah, wish us luck. We pitched our tents with sore legs and a bit of a heavy heart, to be honest. We hadn't seen one stag, and we'd probably put in about 8 hours of walking and so much glassing. It was a cold, windy night, but we woke to a crisp morning, and after a real quick breakfast, we thought we'd get out and start glassing the closest green feed. Matt decided to have a rest and just stay in one place where there were some good vantage points, but I pushed on because I've been looking at the topo map and there was one more valley that I wanted to check. As I pushed away, probably about 1k from Matt, I looked down into the wind, which was blowing probably 40 miles an hour at this point, and there they were. A wee bachelor group of stags sitting out of the wind on some green feed. Right, we're in. We decided that the best game plan was to go down into the valley and then climb above the hinds and these young stags and go along, even though the wind may push our scent right down to them. After a massive effort all the way down and then up, we could see that our plan was working. The wind was almost too strong and it's pushing the scent right past them. We couldn't believe how many deer we found just tucked up under rocks out of the wind, where you'd never spot them if you weren't already in the valley. These were the first stags we'd come across. Sadly, they were all young, but I know that when you find a wee bachelor pad, there's usually a big boy close by. I put the old binoculars on and started working my way up the valley, and sure enough, sticking out of the tussock, I got my eyes on what looked to be a decent one. The wind was so strong it was real hard to get an assessment on this, but once I was sure that I counted 12 points, it was time to make a game plan and run all the way back up the hill and pick up Matt. We decided to make the move across the face so we can look into the river below where he was. We'd only gone about 100 metres when Matt spotted him out of the corner of his eye. He was just showing his head behind a big boulder. That was it. Right, game time. Gun down, bipod out, scope set, find him, yes. Thankfully, he just slowly fed out behind the cliff into full view, and even though there was probably 20 mile an hour right to left, he settled so I could use the reticle perfectly. I gave it about 2 MOA in the reticle, which meant that the crosshair was on the base of the neck, and the aim point was smack on that shoulder. After the shot, he managed to get to his feet and run about 5 metres out of view. Those few seconds before he came back into review and tumbled down felt like the longest of my life. And that was it, a beautiful 12-point stag on public land in really hard conditions. Man, I was so stoked.
The other 3 deer are still lying down, mate. They're about 400 metres from us.
In this big open country where the deer can get onto you so quickly, it's really handy to have a rifle with some capability for a long range shot. The Rem Mag is a great calibre and I hand load it with 180 grain ELDMs. They're soft and devastating on game. It's topped with an Element Optics Nexus, which I find a great combo for those long range shots. Even the Last Light, that Japanese glass, just so good.
Yeah, hold his head up, Jake. Let's see what you've shot, mate. Gorgeous animal. Nice and even. Full 12 points.
This is a beautiful, beautiful stag. So happy with it. There he is, all packaged up for the walk out. And we're going to go down the waterfall in the stream instead of up there. Quite a bit to go, and there's not even a beer waiting for us. There's a wet tent. Finally back at the truck. Goodness, what a mission. I was right at the edge at the end there. But what a hunt. So happy. See you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.